Welcome to TVC News from the States, where we bring you reports on key developments across Nigeria's 36 states. I'm Ibrahim Shita. Let's start off in Kano State, where schools have resumed across the state after the Christmas and the New Year break. But several challenges continue to affect the education sector, calling for urgent support from government and well-meaning individuals. TVC News senior reporter Ibrahim Isa reports on a recent visit by the Senior Special Assistant to the President, Bola Tinubu, on community engagement in the Northwest, who provided support to a primary school in Kano.
Schools across Kano State, from primary to secondary levels, have resumed academic activities after a prolonged holiday. However, in many communities, learning has resumed amid daunting challenges, ranging from the rising number of out-of-school children to inadequate learning environments, poor infrastructure, and lack of basic writing materials. In response, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Community Engagement in the Northwest Zone, Abdullahi Tonkoyakase, visited Kawaji Enkaba Primary School, where he provided school uniforms and books and facilitated the enrollment of 200 out-of-school children from the community.
We're planning to see, across the Northwest, we're planning to see how we can enroll at least 10,000 Almajiris before the end of the administration of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And this we are doing under my office, and we're proud to say this enrollment of out-of-school children is part of the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Kawaji Enkaba Primary School also accommodates junior secondary classes. Although renovation work has commenced on some classroom blocks, several pupils are still forced to sit on bare floors while learning. This situation is further compounded by other challenges, including overcrowded classrooms and an unconducive learning environment. The headmistress of the school, Wasila Jaulu, expressed appreciation for the intervention while appealing for sustained support from government and well-meaning individuals to improve learning conditions.
School is lingering with so many problems, like lack of furniture, lack of windows. Almost all the schools were dilapidated. So we expect him to renovate the whole school, or to say overhauling the school.
In 2025, the Kano State government declared a state of emergency in the education sector, and in its 2026 trillion naira budget allocated 30% to education. Residents of the community and beneficiary students say they remain hopeful that continued interventions will help transform their schools and bring their educational aspirations closer to reality. Ibrahim Isa, TVC News, Kano.
And Ibrahim Isa is in Kano, and he joins me on News from the States. Ibrahim, paints the picture for us. Schools have resumed across Kano, but learning is restarting under difficult conditions. What did you see on the ground that best captures this contrast?
Well, what I saw on ground on Kawaji Enkaba Primary School is a situation whereby the government has begun renovating the school. Some part of the school, you can see some blocks are already painted and furniture provided in the classrooms. But ironically, in another class, the situation is different. The roofs are rickety, there are no furniture and writing materials for the pupils. But of course, there have been an intervention. Apart from that intervention, we know that the government had declared a state of emergency in Kano in 2025, and the government had also allocated 30% to education in 2026. So what the pupils and those in the community are anticipating is that that's which is put in place, the modality put in place by the government, would transform or rather develop the schools that are situated within the particular local government area of Kano State.
Yeah, so Ibrahim, you also reported that some pupils are still sitting on bare floors despite ongoing renovations. How widespread is this situation across public schools in Kano?
Well, I am aware that we covered in 2025, a situation whereby the government had, in 3 or 4 occasions, distributed writing materials and school furniture, more than 3,000, so to say, if I can recall. And I also know that the government had, across the 44 local government areas, ordered that these schools be renovated. So the blocks that you saw in my report, 2 blocks that were painted in red, are some of the interventions provided by the Kano State government. So we cannot categorically say that the situation remains the way it is in that school. In some schools, of course, there could be a level of that intervention. It could be higher than what we have at this primary school that I was there and reported.
Okay, TVC News Ibrahim Isa, please keep close tabs on this for us, as we'll definitely get information as they continue to emerge. Thank you so much, Ibrahim.